Okay, with your Monday planner, you have an English worksheet to work on that is attached. You also need to practice your spelling city words. They are words for list 30. I would also like for you to read and test. If you have filled out AR summaries, thank you for turning those in. If you have not, please do so. Okay, comparing with adverbs. So last week we did lolly, 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 get your adverbs here. And adverbs can tell where, when, or even how something is done. And that says it right here on your paper. And typically describes an action verb, but it can also modify another adverb. So like the word very is an adverb, and it would modify another adverb. So very carefully, they're both adverbs. So it's a double adverb phrase. Today we're going to compare with adverbs. So you need your highlighter or a yellow or, I don't know, whatever color you want. I don't care. Whatever color works for you works for me. I have my highlighter. I've just left it here at my desk this whole time. All right, we're looking for than, which is our hint that we learned earlier in the year, and we're looking for of all. And it may not be exactly of all, but I know it's for sure than. Number one, the state fair seemed to come blank this year than it did last year. Of all on number two, I don't even have to finish reading there. His sunflower bloomed blank than on number three. Sal's sunflowers scored blank of all. See those hints? I promise they're going to help. Number five, we cheered blank of any, similar to of all. I prepared blank for the horse competition than. I practiced blank on my jumps than. This reminds me of Augustine. Still just finding my hints right now. I haven't even started the adverbs. My horse Chelsea jumped blank than. In fact, she leaped blank of all. She ran blank than she ran last year. I'm moving on with the hints in part B. There's no point in stopping. We're already thinking this. I weighed along than. Number two, than. Number three, than. 4, I see of all, and I also see it in 5 directly under there. 6, than. It's kind of like a word search, huh? 7 also says than. 8, Belle nudged blank to me when she noticed the handful of hay. I don't have a than or an of all, but I have a one person. So to me is our hint there, and we will go back and I will explain that. So highlight to me. Our color. 9, she started to blank than. She held her head blank too. Oh, no hint there. So we don't have to have a than or an of all. Okay? She licked my hand blank than, and then I see of all on number 12. I promise I will go back to those. You guys know that I will do that. I'm done with my highlighter. If you need a minute, you're welcome to pause. I'm going to turn back Jack and Jill's to the front. Now we can focus on what to do. I bet you already remember. So our words are sooner, soonest. So if we have an we use than because we're comparing two things. If we have an of all, of any, we use est. The state fair seemed to come sooner this year than last. Of all the contestants, my brother Sal worked hardest. We're comparing him to more than 2. So this is 2 and this is plus 30 people's or items. His sunflower bloomed blank than mine earlier. I'm still working on my cursive. 32 years old, still doing cursive. Sal's sunflower scored blank of all highest. I bet you don't even need me for this page. I'm going to keep on going though. That's how I do. We cheered blank of any family for the contestants. We cheered loudest. We usually probably would add a the. We cheered the loudest of any family. You don't have to. That's just how we speak. I prepared blank for the horse competition than for the plant show. Harder. We're comparing two things. Horses and plants. No, just kidding. We're comparing two kinds of show. I practiced blank on my jumps than my competitors. Longer. I just use my hints here. Turn and burn. Speaking of that, there's a big old fire in my backyard. It was put there by the man that lives here. Womp womp. He always has to have fire going. My horse, Chelsea, jumped blank than she did last year. Higher. Good for her. In fact, she leaped blank of all the horses in her group. Highest. She ran blank than she ran last year too. Faster. We're comparing 2 years. Hopefully that was familiar to you. Now we've got to change the word in parentheses. Now I'm going to leave you alone for most of these because this is easy and it's a review. But I am going to do those two that were hard with you. 8 and 10. They weren't hard. They were just no hint. So you're on your own for 1 through 7. I'm doing 8 with you. You're on your own for 9 and then 11 and 12. Belle nudged blank to me when she noticed the handful of hay. Is she going to say closer or closest? Belle nudged closer to me. Belle nudged closest to me when she noticed the handful of hay. Closer. We don't have any more people involved, so it's not an EST. Good? And 10. She held her head blank too. Now we're talking about one time frame versus another. So how many items are we comparing? 2 fingies, so 2. She held her head higher too. Try it with the other word. She held her head highest too. Well, it doesn't really make sense amongst the story. So we're talking about one time versus another. Okay, I can't wait to see what you do on the rest. I bet you get it all correct. And remember cursive. See ya!